This is Kalen Caron Vasquez from DivingDragonGames.com and YourCardSleeves.com. And despite the staggering amount of technical difficulties I've been dealing with trying to get this video made, here I sit in front of the camera to deliver an important announcement. As of my last video, which I'll link to here, I have finally reached a point in the production of the custom art card sleeves where I feel confident shipping them out. Now, if you're just here for the important announcement, that's it. You can feel free to close the video and open a new browser tab, because what follows is a several-minute long jargon and tangent-filled rant by a man who's been slowly losing his mind during the course of this project. If you're one of the people that's been following this, be it on Kickstarter, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, YourCardSleeves.com, and not Google+, because nobody uses Google+, you'll know that I've been hit with an embarrassingly large number of delays through the course of this. Now, those range from something as simple as finding a manufacturer that can make the plastics that I need in batches of less than 5,000 pounds, all the way down to finding a small batch printing friendly method of printing and sealing the sleeves. Now, those have all been tackled, but the 800-pound gorilla in the room for the majority of this project has been getting the prints to stick. And it's actually something that is an issue for even the big manufacturers. Unfortunately, I can't use their tricks to provide longevity because, like I said, I'm doing small batch printing. Their method, which requires minimum orders of 250,000 plus, though if you're lucky you can get away with 55,000 plus copies per image, is called lithography, or sometimes flexography depending on the specifics, but they actually use gigantic printing presses using specialized printing plates for each individual colors from 4 to 8, and they print on large sheets of plastic and dry it instantaneously using UV light. Once everything's said and done, they laminate it. That's how they get their prints to stick. And running those machines for small batches is not cost effective, which is why you don't see them offering small batches. I've had to completely engineer a new method for getting the prints to stick on the plastic using digital printing methods and then sealing the plastics to keep the prints in place. But due to the fact that I couldn't use their specific methods, I was still getting an annoyingly high amount of peeling whenever I shuffled. That's not good because, well, these are meant to be shuffled, which is why I was celebrating when I was finally able to post that shuffle video. Now, I spent the better part of a month trying to get this project to a point where I could shuffle the sleeves. And if you want to think about it as a wall. And I was just standing there in front of this wall, banging my head against it, trying to come up with an answer. And they ranged from trying to reverse engineer my whole production method, which proved to be a bad idea, all the way down to coming up with very unfeasible methods of protecting the prints. I got to a point where I nearly wanted to rage quit. When I reached that point, I decided it was time to take a step back, but I still wanted to feel like I was getting something done. That's when I actually spent some time working on the stretch goal items, the deck boxes, dice bags, etc. So if anybody's wondering why I was doing that, that's my reason. But I spent some time working on that, and fortunately, it was during that time I had my eureka moment during one of my rants where I came up with an idea to protect the corners of the sleeves, and that proved viable at first. Shuffle tests went well, but they were not perfect, so I scaled it up. And now I'm protecting the full edge of the sleeves, and they're doing great. I had to tweak the application method a little bit to allow for uniform coating, and once I got to that point, I've had no problems. The sleeves that I used in my shuffle video have been shuffled for the equivalent of what I would consider a Pro Tour qualifier or even a longer tournament. And even better is the fact that the liquid laminate that I'm using is scuff resistant. Anyone who's been in a Pro Tour knows that mid-tournament you will have to sometimes switch out your sleeves due to the amount of scuffing you get on them. That is considered by some to be marking your cards. Well, my sleeves are now officially scuff resistant. Not scuff proof, but scuff resistant. And also split resistant due to the larger welds that I use. And now finally, peel resistant. So they should last you quite a few games, as many as, if not more than, the big boys on the market. So that's a little bit of a look into the chaos that's been going on inside of my head throughout the course of this project. Once again, I am very sorry for the sheer amount of delays that I've had, but you'll find when you get your sleeves in, starting shipping very soon, you'll find that the wait has been more than worth it, and fortunately, as I move into this, production does not take very long per pack. So I should move through my back orders relatively quickly. Any new orders placed at yourcardsleeves.com will be treated as pre-orders until I've worked through my backlog, but I do handle orders in a first-come, first-served basis. So they will be processed in the order they're received, and once I handle my backlog, I'll be able to ship out sleeves relatively quickly, maybe within a week or two of the order being placed. Once again, after I get through the backlog. But this has been Kalen Caron Vasquez from DivingDragonGames.com and YourCardsleeves.com, signing off.